Hello everybody, Bobster1984 back again, and tomorrow Newcastle United go to Carrow Road looking for 3 vital points in the battle to avoid relegation. Now this is my preview, my prediction, my thoughts and general bullshit about what I think is going to happen tomorrow in what is probably being billed as the 30th biggest game of the season, because let's face it, every game Newcastle have played this season has probably been billed the same. It's a strange one in terms of trying to do a build-up because it's been the international window. Benitez obviously has had those extra 2 weeks or extra 13 days since the derby to get his ideas across, put more methods in training, come up with new ideas, give the players fresh confidence. But let's face it, some of the big guns have been away. So what's going to happen in terms of the lineup, I don't know. I think it probably could be very similar to the Sunderland game. It was quite attacking, it might not be as offensive going forward. But first of all, before I start getting into the lineup or anything, I want to put my own personal shout out to Rob Elliott. Feel for the guy. I think the injury has been an absolute nightmare for him personally and for us as a club. I think the guy's been absolutely flawless since he came into the team because of a similar injury to Tim Krul back in October. And I think, you've got to say the guy's probably been our player this season. And a lot of people give him grief. Personally, I might have been one of them at times, but he's always been a solidish keeper, and he's proven it this season. And I think him and Tim Krul could have a fair battle and who will be number one next season. But obviously get back to fitness, Rob. You've been great all season. That's just my personal shout out to you. And then on to another issue. Obviously tomorrow we're going to have a young lad, Carl Darlow, in goal. Now he's played once for Newcastle this season, and it was in a defeat away to West Brom when we lost 1-0, and he was maybe at fault for the goal. And a lot of people I've seen on social media this week have been giving this kid nothing but negativity, saying, "Oh, he's shit. Have you seen him play? He's dog shit. Based on one performance and one mistake." Now the lad will have been making his Premier League debut. Well, he was making his Premier League debut. Apparently, was told half an hour before the game that he was going to play. Of course, you're going to be fucking nervous, man. How are you? As far as I'm concerned, I'm willing to forget about anything that he's done in the past. Give this kid all of the support you possibly can tomorrow, Newcastle United fans, because he's going to need it. He's going to need it for the rest of the 8 games. And don't forget that this is the bloke that's now going to be our keeper for 8 games. So don't give him any fucking negativity, otherwise we're fucked from the start. How are you? Give your heads a shake. Anyway, in terms of the lineup, obviously we all know it's going to be Darlow in goal. There's a question mark on Janmat with right back. Other than that, it's going to be probably Anita slotting in at left back because Colback's out for 2 games. And then Mbemba and Taylor. I'm not sure about the availability on Colaccini, but I'm going to go with that anyway. Midfield, there's talk of Tiote coming back. To be honest, I've never been Tiote's biggest fan, but if he does come back and provides that extra little bit of steel in the midfield, a bit more, aggressiveness, then fair play. No bother whatsoever in putting them back in. Shelvey will obviously start and probably be captain if Colaccini doesn't play. This is where you think, is it going to be Townsend and Sissoko? Sissoko's been playing on the left and Townsend's been on the right. I thought Sissoko was suspect at times against Sunderland, and I thought Townsend was suspect at times against Sunderland. But maybe with a few more weeks of ideas, Benitez is going to have drilled it in. Now, I hope he does go with Perez and Mitrovic, and obviously the big man's got to start, all of the derby heroics and everything. I genuinely think Newcastle have got a good chance of going to Carrow Road and winning tomorrow. Now, a lot of people think, how can you say that? What you're basing your opinion on, Bobster? Well, I'm basing my opinion, people, on the fact that we've played okay. Leicester didn't really dominate us. Sunderland for the first half were obviously the better side, but they couldn't, more fault for them really. They sat off and wanted the 1-0 win when they could have really had with. But we've looked all right, especially the last half hour against Sunderland. When we got the ball on the floor and played it around the way Rafa Benitez actually wants it to be played, we did okay and we're causing them a few problems. Now I think with a couple of more weeks in them, in trading, a few more ideas, I think we could go there. And I do genuinely believe Newcastle can win 2-1 tomorrow, and that is my prediction. And I do really hope Big Mitro scores again, and hopefully it's going to be a Perlin volley or something. But to be honest, a dodgy cross that hits off his bollock in the 95th minute and it guns in. I really didn't care as long as we get the 3 points. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me saying it's going to be a 2-1 win? Or do you think it's going to be something different? Or do you even think Newcastle will lose tomorrow to Norwich? Let us know down below in the comments. My name is Bobster1984. Keep an eye out for the next video. I'll be doing the review for the game straight after kick-off. So straight after the final whistle tomorrow. As always, keep an eye out for that video. And I'll see you all in the next video very soon.